Rain poured down the busy streets as Emma rushed home, juggling her toddler in one arm and a stack of work papers in the other. Her job as a customer service associate barely covered rent, and missing a single shift could spell disaster. But then she saw him, a man drenched, struggling to carry grocery bags across the slippery pavement. Without thinking, she ran to help, lifting the bags and guiding him to shelter under a cafe awning. "Thank you," he said, his voice calm yet commanding. Emma smiled, brushing wet hair from her face. "No problem. We all need a hand sometimes." She didn't notice the expensive watch on his wrist or the designer coat dripping rainwater. She just saw someone in need, and she acted. The next day, Emma arrived at work, exhausted but proud of her small act of kindness. That pride vanished when her manager called her in. "Emma, we can't have employees leaving their posts unattended. You're fired." Shock, embarrassment, and fear hit her all at once. How could helping someone be a reason for losing everything she worked for? Later that evening, while Emma sat on the couch with her son watching cartoons, her phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number read, "Meet me tomorrow at the cafe you helped me at. I'd like to thank you personally." Emma's heart skipped a beat. Who could it be? She had no idea that the stranger she helped in the rain was not just anyone, he was the billionaire CEO of the company that had just let her go. The next morning, Emma nervously approached the cafe. Her son was at her mother's for the day, leaving her a rare moment to think clearly. She spotted him immediately, sitting at a corner table, casually sipping coffee, like any ordinary man. But something about his presence made her heart race. "Emma?" His voice broke through her thoughts. She nodded, unsure whether to shake his hand or run away. "I'm David," he said, smiling warmly. "I want to thank you for helping me yesterday." Emma blinked. "You're welcome." Her voice trembled. "I didn't do anything special. Anyone would have helped." "Most people wouldn't," David replied gently. He leaned in, lowering his voice. "I wasn't just anyone. I'm the CEO of the company you work for." Emma's mouth went dry. "Wait, what? The company?" "But, she stopped herself, realizing she couldn't explain the injustice of being fired fast enough. David raised a hand. "I heard about what happened. And I want to make things right." His eyes, sincere and focused, left no room for doubt. Emma felt a mix of shock and disbelief. The man she helped without a second thought, the one she didn't even know, was not only the person who could ruin her life, but also the one who could save it. He slid a folder across the table. Inside were documents for a new position, one with better pay, flexible hours, and room for growth. "Your kindness shows the kind of person I want on my team. Will you give us another chance?" Tears welled up in Emma's eyes. She had acted from the heart, not expecting anything in return. And now, that very act of selflessness was changing her life. For the first time in weeks, she felt hope. Sometimes, kindness comes back in ways you never imagine. Emma stepped into the office the next week, her heart pounding with a mix of excitement and nerves. The new role was everything she had dreamed of: meaningful work, a supportive team, and a boss who truly valued her. Yet, she couldn't shake the memory of being fired just days before. Her first assignment was to lead a small project team. Emma felt the weight of responsibility but also the opportunity to prove herself. She worked tirelessly, staying late and guiding her team with patience and empathy. Every challenge reminded her of the struggles she faced as a single mom, and she poured that understanding into helping others succeed. One afternoon, while reviewing reports, David walked by. "Emma, can I have a word?" He led her to a quiet lounge. "I want you to know that your attitude hasn't gone unnoticed. Your kindness, both to me and to everyone here, makes a real difference." Emma smiled, a little embarrassed. "I'm just doing what I can." "Exactly," David said. And that's why I want you to mentor new employees. Not because of your skills alone, but because of how you treat people. That's invaluable. Emma felt a warmth she hadn't experienced in years. Her act of kindness, the very thing that got her into trouble, had not only restored her career but also inspired a ripple of compassion within the company. Walking back to her desk, she thought about her son and the lessons she wanted him to learn. Life isn't always fair, but choosing kindness, even when it's inconvenient, can change more than your own path. It can touch lives you never imagined. And for Emma, that realization wasn't just empowering, it was life-changing. A few weeks into her new role, Emma's life seemed almost perfect. Her son was thriving, her job was fulfilling, and David's mentorship made her feel seen and appreciated. But life has a way of testing the heart. One rainy evening, on her way home, Emma noticed a young mother struggling with two small children, soaked to the bone and carrying heavy shopping bags. Instantly, Emma remembered her own experience, the fear, the exhaustion, and the kindness of a stranger that changed everything. Without hesitation, she ran to help. "Here, let me take some of that," she said, lifting the bags and guiding them to the nearest shelter. The mother looked at her with relief, tears in her eyes. "Thank you. I don't know what I would have done." Emma smiled. "You're not alone. Just take it one step at a time." The next day, she returned to work exhausted but satisfied. But then, a message appeared in her inbox from a client she had assisted the previous day. "I just wanted you to know your help meant the world. Because of you, I was able to make it home safely. People like you restore faith in humanity." Emma paused, feeling a wave of emotion. For the first time, she understood that kindness isn't about recognition or reward, it's about making a difference, no matter how small. Later, David called her into his office. "I hear about the little acts you do outside of work. They speak volumes about your character. That's why you inspire your team, and me." Emma realized then that life would always present challenges, but choosing to act with compassion created ripples far beyond what she could see. Her heart swelled with gratitude. The lessons she had learned were simple yet powerful. Kindness is never wasted, and humanity always finds a way to return what you give. Months passed, and Emma's life had transformed in ways she could hardly have imagined. Her son laughed more freely, their small apartment felt like home, and her career was flourishing. But what touched her heart most was the quiet, unseen impact of her kindness. One afternoon, as she left the office, a familiar voice called out. The young mother she had helped weeks earlier ran toward her, holding a small bouquet of flowers. "I just wanted to thank you again," she said, smiling through tears. "Because of you, I found the courage to start a new job, support my children, and believe in myself. You changed my life." Emma felt a lump in her throat. She realized that every small act, helping a stranger in the rain, offering a smile, giving time and patience, had the power to ripple through the world in ways she could never predict. Back at work, David approached her with a proud smile. "Emma, your influence has gone beyond this office. Your empathy inspires everyone who crosses your path. You've reminded all of us that humanity matters more than titles, deadlines, or profits." Emma's eyes welled up. She thought back to that rainy day when she had simply lent a hand, unaware that the stranger she helped was a billionaire CEO. At that moment, she understood the truth: kindness is never wasted, and selflessness always returns, often in ways we can't foresee. That evening, as she tucked her son into bed, he whispered, "Mommy, you're my hero." Emma kissed his forehead, smiling. Life had tested her, challenged her, even hurt her, but she had chosen compassion every time. And in doing so, she had not only changed her own life, but she had also left a trail of hope for others to follow, a reminder that one act of kindness can echo far beyond imagination.